live?
Yeah.
Recording. We're not live yet, but we're going to be. All right, guys, welcome to the porch.
Where faith gets real.
We are Ashleigh and Derrick, unfiltered faith on fire. Man, it is so exciting for us to finally be releasing a full episode to you guys. Normally we were doing this at nighttime, but we had some time this afternoon.
That's right.
So we thought we would just hit record, and here we are.
Yeah.
You know, it's honestly kind of crazy that we're here, because we've been talking about doing this for so long time. So we just decided to hit record.
Yeah.
You know, and here we are. So we're going to get this started. And what we're going to do, this is going to be as unfiltered as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
The only edit sometimes will be maybe a color change.
We're sitting out here sweating and all with you. So
yeah. I brought a washcloth.
It's hot out here in the south. It's about 95 degrees right now.
It is. My goodness gracious. But we are good. So we've marked out a good 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have a conversation, let you guys know who we are.
That's right.
And we'll go from there. I wanted to say this in the beginning. I know, at least for me, we are open to the up and coming episodes.
Yes.
That we'll have. We've got a bunch of awesome topics that we're going to go over. The kind of topics we're going to, be talking about.
Yeah.
But your guys' comments and your interactions with us is actually, why we're doing this.
Yeah.
This is
gonna help drive it.
Yeah, and we're gonna have one episode a month where it's nothing but what you guys, we'll prompt some questions, and what your answers are will be the topics once a month that we'll roll on out there. All right. So, with that being said, let's get it. Segment one, we're gonna go over who we are.
Yes.
All right, let's get it.
Introduce Derrick and Ashleigh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how we met.
All right, let's talk about it.
It was a few years ago in 2007.
Just a few years ago.
And 2007 was a really busy year for us. We're going to talk about how we met, but I'm just going to tell you right now, the whole timeline is 2007. So
yeah. There wasn't. Yeah, we were busy.
It begins in January 12th, to be exact, of 2007 that we met.
Friday.
On a Friday night in a little dive bar.
Janky old bar.
Yeah.
I know.
Come on, guys.
I know a lot of it for you guys who have never met us. You're going to learn about us in this episode. But for those of you who do know us, I mean, I've been a pastor for the better part of going on 15 years now.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, but I wasn't always a pastor.
That's right.
And Ashley wasn't always a first lady.
That's
so we're going to give it to you real.
That's
we're going to give it to
we
you
said
true.
Unfiltered, so here we are.
That's right.
Here we are.
Yeah. So it's a Friday night in an old little dive bar called
It was a little dive
Steak
bar.
Master.
Yes. Yeah. Showed up with a couple friends, and
I mean, I went there for the dancing, right?
Because he has a little more to his story, his little backstory on how he ended up at this. Because I was pretty familiar with these little.
Listen, I'm a white boy that got moved, so I can dance. I got a little rhythm.
He can dance. So we started talking, but he wasn't gonna be there originally. But God, he used that. Yeah.
We met on a Friday. We met on a Friday, and I'm looking at a wasp that needs to be killed. You with?
Yeah.
Covered in the blood. Thank you. And my wife. So, but yeah, we were going to meet. I was supposed to start ministry school on a Monday in Stewart, Strath, Virginia. I lived in Harrisonburg at the time that I met Ash. And I had a buddy of mine who wanted to go out that night. And I mean, I must have said no 15 different times. He kept begging me, just come on. And I was like, well, look, man, I'll be your designated driver if you want to go out that bad. And so, I mean, I was young buck too. I was 24. Yeah, 24. And so I went to be the designated driver that night. That's and so Harrisonburg from Warrenton's a good,
It's a hike.
Yeah, it's a couple hour drive, hour and 45 minutes, I guess it was. And so I was his designated driver and drove him to this janky little bar and Steak Masters or MVPs or whatever it was called in Gainesville,
I forget what
Virginia.
it was at the time. I think it was Steak Masters. Yeah.
I rolled in and Ashley was already there.
I was there.
She was waiting on me.
That's right. I was just sitting there in the corner, just waiting for him to get there.
Yeah. So I walked in and walked to the back, and I think her sister-in-law that time introduced me. And,
the other friend I was there with was actually related to the friend you were there with. So,
correct. They were cousins.
Yes, they were family. So, it was kind of wild, but God, I feel like he was just kind of like laughing the whole way you were driving there too. Like, this boy thinks
I think about it now, and I'm just like, my goodness gracious. Yeah. But that being said, I believe that God gives us choices in life.
He
I
does.
do, and He doesn't have robots that serve Him. He gives us free will, and I believe there are choices, God choices, and for us, or for me at least, it was something. Ashleigh was an answer to prayer. May sound a little strange because I've been praying for a wife since I was 12, 13 years old, and that is not a lie. It's not a fabrication. That's the true story of it. I saw my grandparents. They were married for 60-some years.
Yeah,
and
beautiful marriage. Something to celebrate.
Something to celebrate. My parents, they got divorced when I was young. Mm-hmm. So it was something that I wanted and something I prayed for, from a youngster. And starting ministry school on a Monday and meeting my wife on a Friday and then choosing in that little bit of time, that little window, it was just a choice I wanted to pursue my wife. And I would do ministry school, but it was 2 years later or something like that. Different timeline. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, what's that joke? It says if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Tell him your plans? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that was January 12th.
And that's a plan he would have signed off on too, going to ministry school.
Yeah, he would have blessed that. He would have honored that. He would have honored. But here we are, 10 kids later, 19 years down the road.
Shakers
we good.
We met. That was January of 2007, guys.
Yeah.
We actually got engaged on Independence Day. July 4th.
We're coming up here. It's in 2 weeks, right?
Yes. So Independence Day, I was no longer independent. I was engaged. And then we got married on October 14th. And again, this was all 2007. So in about 10 months, we were...
9 months, 10 months.
9 months. Yeah.
And then my birth, 9 months comes back an awful lot in our marriage.
It's a pretty popular number.
Every 9 months, God's about to do a work in us. So like that, yeah. So but I was born March 10th, 1982.
Right, and I was December 8th, 1982.
Yeah. So when I was being born, Ashleigh was being conceived.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Yeah. So we we see that now. I don't think we noticed it at the time or anything, but it's funny how you grow together and then God, he just keeps pointing you back to things that
awesome.
Was setting up. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome.
All right.
Did we plan on 10 children?
Shoot.
No, I don't think we planned on 10 children.
No.
We both definitely wanted a large family. That was something I think we both had a heart for.
Yeah, for sure,
But 10 kids, guys.
Nobody plans 10 kids.
It's funny to me.
I know, man. People talk about big families. And 5, 6, 7 kids, that's big families.
Yes.
Like 10 is just... It's a whole different level.
Supersized.
Yeah, for sure.
We got supersized.
But nobody plans, when they talk about big families, nobody plans 10 children, You just like to spend time together, if you know what I mean.
We do. We have 10 kids,
and
we love our time together. Those 10 kids, we have 5 boys and 5 girls who we will introduce.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna time for sure.
Yeah, we won't wait too long. A couple episodes, you'll meet all 10 of them, and they're a rowdy bunch, man. We're the Loud family.
We are loud, loud and proud.
Yeah.
So if somebody met our family today, what do you think they would see?
A family that's rich, not in monetary means, but rich in love.
Absolutely.
We are a family that loves each other, but it's tangible and it's
Very
noticeable
much.
for sure. Our kids, obviously brothers and sisters, they argue and they fight, but I gotta be honest, my 16, or she's gonna be 16, Hannah, our oldest is 15 right now, but she's getting to that age where she wants a little bit of time on her own.
Yeah.
Good luck having that.
It's honey, me too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, us too. But and she doesn't, but they all do activities together.
Yes,
not all the
do.
time. They have their own time too, for sure. But
different ones kind of partner up, and you see that kind of shift at different ages and at different times, or
for sure,
depending on what they're doing. But they do.
But the whole thing too about brothers and sisters fight. Yeah, they do. But I think that's just something that people have learned how to say. Yes,
Yeah, it
I got a
just
brother
makes
I fought with,
conversation.
but
Yeah.
I love, you know, I love him. He's my boy. But
Yeah.
but I don't. I think that's something that. Yeah, we've learned. It's a learned response
Yes,
to say that.
yes, very
for
much
us,
so.
that's not how it is at all. Like
Yeah.
they love to play together, and yeah, they group up and
They're
they
best
pair
buds.
together, and
Yeah.
you know, you might have 3 of them hanging out one week, and then 4 of them, and
Yeah,
then 2 of them,
shifts.
like it. But
Yeah.
then we all come together and we do things. You know, as a big
Yeah.
family, you know, it costs
Yeah.
a lot of money to
Yeah.
go out. You know,
To
the
just
movies
leave the
could be
house,
$150 to go.
Yeah.
So we have learned, and that's one of the things we'll talk about in having a big family,
Yes.
is that, you know, we got to be strategic, you know, monetarily, we got to be strategic
course.
on what we go and do. So a lot of what we've learned to do is make fun at the home.
Right.
You know, and we do a
I think
lot
we
of
do
activities.
a good job at that. Yeah.
Absolutely. We do a great job at that.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that's different. And we homeschool the kids, so we're
Right.
home an awful lot.
Right.
And we'll talk about all the people that love to talk about people who homeschool their kids. Anyways. Anyway.
Our kids are quite social. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah,
They're,
I know, 'cause
we're going to talk about it, though, because
Yeah.
it's, you know, people have their own thoughts. But anyways,
They do.
I
they
digress.
do.
Let
Yeah,
me
let's
stay
keep
on task.
Let's keep on
right?
going. So, you know,
So rich in love.
yes, rich in love would be
Yeah.
a great answer for that. So,
What do we got? Here we got people. If someone's well, let me.
yeah.
People see a finished. You know, people see a finished work. You know, they'll look at you. They'll see this finished work.
Yeah.
They don't get to see behind the closed doors that some days, Ashley and I are questioning everything, wondering
course.
how in the heck did we get through the day? If it wasn't
Yeah.
by the grace of God, we would be face down on the floor drawing chalk lines around us.
Without-
Like
yeah.
it would be super difficult, and I mean that by the grace of God,
Of course.
in its truest form, because truest capacity, because it does take the grace of God and practice.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing we've learned is we don't pray for patience. You know,
No, I don't want
'cause-
that test.
yeah, God answers in prayers. Don't answer that prayer like so. You know, we don't pray for patience anymore. No, but what we do is there are days that we just look at one another and it's like, you know, you do.
Woo,
You
someone-
question, did you get anything right today? And you know, here's a moment for you parents out there is 10 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, there's always something that you did right during
Yes.
the day. And there's
Yeah.
always something.
That's where that
that
grace
you-
comes in.
for sure,
Extend it.
We've got to extend it.
Yes.
You know, I think we're great at learning how to extend grace to other people. We forget that we need to extend grace to ourselves
Yeah,
too.
that's so
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Segment 2, did we make it?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think we're there. So, some of the stuff, guys, that we are going to cover in this podcast is raising children. And like we said, we have 10, so that's a supersized, extra large family for us.
For sure.
And pastoring, because my husband has done that for many, many years, so
Yeah.
he's got lots
Gotcha.
of wisdom to share on that. Running businesses, guys, being entrepreneurs, that is something we are certainly passionate about.
Because we've done it forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Marriage, of course, that's why we're sitting here
That is.
sharing
Yeah.
this.
We're passionate about marriage.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
love the one you're with, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And homeschool, like we mentioned. And then, again, guys, just all of those life seasons, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
Ups and downs.
yes,
Yeah, it's
peaks
ebbs and flows,
valleys.
man.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys.
So
yeah.
we're gonna talk about all of it.
I know, and like, you know, a lot of Christians want to hear living on the mountaintop. You know, for me, I'm a little the other way. I want to hear about your valley moments.
Absolutely.
Because valley moments is what builds character. That is actually what's tested. When your faith is tested, it's not tested while you're on top of the mountain. It's tested
the
in the
truth.
valley. And
Yeah.
and if God brought us through valley moments, and we've
Yes.
we came out of one just a little while ago
We sure did.
as we moved down here, which we'll talk about. But
Yeah.
you want to be able to, if God did it for one, He's not a respecter of persons. He'll do it for
Amen.
all of us, right?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
anyways.
So I have a question for you.
All right, I have an answer for you.
All right, I know you do. Okay, and I know you probably have lots of answers, but I need one thing that people don't know about being a pastor.
One thing that people don't know. It is the most underappreciated, I would say, vocation, job, if that is your job, I think, in the world, to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you.
We'd have to
You
agree.
know, it is not something, people don't get to see behind the scenes. And many times the appreciation comes after the fact.
Right.
But a lot of the times what people don't, and this is the call. This is when you answer the call. So there is nobody's fault here. It just, it's par for the course.
Of course.
Is that a lot of the times you're leaving your own family to minister and help other families.
Very true.
And so your family life, your marriage and the raising of your children, it has to be in order. Your house has to be in order.
Yes.
If your house is not in order, everything else unravels and falls apart. So, that was important for Ashleigh and I to always, we wanted our marriage number one. Your marriage, your relationship with your wife comes before your relationship with your children.
Yes.
We don't live for our kids. That is a big deal.
It's hard for some to swallow, but it's the truth. It's God's order.
Well, swallow it because it's the truth.
Right.
Your everything in your life, everything in your outside of your relationship with Christ, it goes your marriage, your relationship with your wife, husbands. And I know that through our podcast, we already know. We tried to do a few weeks of just testing the waters, and there's I think 78 or 9%, maybe a little bit more than that, were all women. So we don't have a lot of men. Yeah. I pray that changes because we need alpha males leading alpha males.
Come on, man. Stand up, rise up.
We need to make men great again,
That's
right? So, but that being said, it's underappreciated, undervalued, and. In America, everybody is called a pastor, and that's not true either. You can call yourself a pastor, but were you called to be one?
That's right.
Call yourself a preacher, but were you called to be one? Because you've got a fivefold ministry out there, and it's where'd all the evangelists go? Where'd all the preachers go? You got a lot of pastors and a lot of teachers, but I was born a preacher. I'm a pastor who is a preacher and teacher, an evangelist. At heart, our church was prophetic in every sense of the word. Yes. So we are a fivefold ministry. I said we are planting a church here in South Carolina, and we are in the process of looking at buildings right now. But that being said, just to make it short and sweet, I would say that's probably a lot of things that are said about pastors is. And I think that this has to do with the mega church movement, is when they're driving cars and they got big homes and they have all this money.
Right.
Nobody told me. Nobody told me. So, that's
I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, I didn't get that memo at all. But I love the call. It is the most rewarding vocation. I don't like to call it a vocation, but it has been ours.
The call in your life.
Yeah,
since you were a young child.
Because you can change vocations. You can run away from the call, but there comes a point when you try to do that and God's called you, you're always going to hit that brick wall stand back. You're going to come back to ground zero, and it's still there because God placed that on you.
That's right.
So anyways, that's my answer.
So true. I love it.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right, Ashleigh, what's the craziest thing that you've ever done together?
That we've ever done.
That we've ever done together.
There's probably a couple things, but
how unfiltered are we getting? I mean, it's a little embarrassing.
I'm gonna say picking up after our entire lives in one state in Virginia and moving ourselves and 9 kids at the time to South Carolina. I mean, that was that
is the craziest thing that we've ever done together.
I mean, it's one thing to, pick up and move guys and yes, even with a couple, but 9 of them.
And it wasn't like a move there wasn't this big scandal we'll talk about why we left. It was finance. It was financially. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what happened. But yes, without a doubt, the craziest thing. Because we left after being in Virginia for 42 years. It's a good segue, actually.
Both of our whole lives and all, our church there and everything our kids knew.
And the thing is, it's like move into a new state. If it gets hard, when you move to a new state,
you're leaving it all behind.
10 kids, you buy a house in South Carolina. You have a plan, and in the confines of our plan and God's plan for our life, we're still we're still in that. We're still there. Didn't mean we saw it right away because
no, there's definitely moments where you're like,
it would have been
did I
easier
miss
to go
God
back
on that?
Yeah,
Or
it would have been
maybe
easier to
we
go
should
back.
just pack up and go because this is kind of hard.
Yeah, because all of our, our lives were in Virginia.
Yeah.
This will be the long-term betterment for our family.
Absolutely.
And as the head of the house, knowing that, but not seeing that right away has been incredibly difficult. But imagine this. I mean, picking up from job, selling your home.
Everything,
you know, 9 kids. We were pregnant on the way, so 10 children. Renly was our last baby who's born, and she's a South Carolina baby. She was born here, but everything was in Virginia. So
anything familiar to us was there.
We've been here going on 2 years. What's today? The 24th?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Is today the 24th?
I don't even know the date. Is it the 23rd or the 24th, guys? I don't
Well,
know.
we
You
moved
can
here
tell
on the
it.
24th.
Could
So
be exactly 2 years. Yeah, that could be today. Guys, you'll have to let me know what the date is. I'm not sure. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just life. But yeah, so almost 2 years have been here, and we're still getting acclimated. But it has been challenging. Yes, monetarily challenging. You know, we are now, and it gave us a lot of time to get alone with God and just seek Him on what He wanted us to do. We have been really good at not moving forward unless God
That's right.
has spoke to us and told us that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times people want you to hear something overnight, and that's just not that's not reality.
Right. It's
you
not,
know?
It's not how that
And
works.
if God wants you to get alone with Him, you're gonna get alone with Him.
Yeah,
and if you try to do it on your time, it sometimes takes a lot longer. So just get on God's timetable. He'll
absolutely.
be and
that's that obedience.
enjoy the
comes in
journey.
and
And it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. You know. So even us doing this, it's like, we should start videotaping the journey. There's so much. Look, there's been a lot of tears shed, a lot of heartbreak, and because it was a hard thing to move from Virginia to here.
Get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But there's been a lot of funny moments. There's been a lot of, hilarious. Like even the job that we're doing right now outside of ministry, it's hilarious to me. But yeah, God is, He just continues to grow us. But that would definitely be the craziest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Is it me?
Yeah.
All right. So, what food could I eat every day?
Yeah.
And I'm answering that? Or
No, I'm answering.
All right. What food you're going to, for me.
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead then.
What
food could I eat every day?
Salsa, anything spicy, peppers. Yeah, the spicier the better. Yeah. Add it onto everything. Hot sauce onto everything. Spice. Yeah. Just anything we can spice up. But you do love some chips and salsas.
And we've got this 1,800 square, maybe it's bigger than that, a garden out there. It's 64 feet by 60 feet.
Yeah.
It is, all right, it's huge. Anyways, I tried to grow I took up probably a quarter of the garden last year, and I had every pepper. I was like Carolina Reapers.
Yes,
I tried to find the spices.
Getting all the spice in the life. Yeah.
I didn't have one.
Not one.
Not one grew. Not even the bell peppers. Nothing grew. None of them. So, but yes. So the very thing
guys, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
we'll show you our garden haul.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
What is my dream vacation?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Ashleigh's dream vacation. This is straight up true. All right.
Let's see.
Are we going a week or a couple days?
Whatever.
No, you gotta tell me.
Let's see how he does. Go.
Okay, a week. I would say a week. A dream vacation would be, and we're going a week. Is that right?
Okay.
All right. A week. Her dream vacation for a week would be anywhere where she can see the ocean, and her feet hit the sand, and it'd be just me and her.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Boom! We got it.
I love it.
I know my wife.
Perfect.
I know my wife.
I know.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, and she's super easy about
I'm
pleasing
not
and that.
fussy
She's
about
not
that.
fussy about that. But I think when you have 10 kids too, you can be like, oh, yes, vacation with the kids is great. What people don't tell you about is that's not a vacation for mom and dad.
Right. I mean, it's
So people are like, oh, you going on
because you're not at home, but like there's no rest.
Ain't no vacation for us. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to be the dad that's dragging
out on the beach,
dragging 18 million things down to the sand, the wet sand, sand between your cracks, sand between your eyeballs. It's just everywhere, and you get sunburned, and then you're having to get pools and get. No,
it's so exhausting.
No,
the thought of it wears me out. It's like,
like so. I mean, we've got a system that works for us.
Yeah.
Here's just a little hint for the
Like
dads.
the wet sand.
Listen, take the less stuff you can take down there.
Yes, they don't need all that nonsense.
They don't. They get you time. And so I'm like, all right, we can take a couple toys, but it's gonna be me
toss the ball, go
and
for
the
a
kids.
walk. Yeah.
We going yes. And then when you get a little too much sun, head on back.
Yeah.
And you can come back later and do So that's what we've learned.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, Ashleigh and me, when we talk about vacation time, and I said a week, that's dream vacation.
Yeah,
like,
I said dream vacation.
Give us
we
two.
Never,
you did.
Yeah.
Give us 2
Guys,
nights.
our vacation over the last, I don't know how many
we got
years.
we got a chance to get away together last year.
Getaway, which was
the
amazing.
First time.
It went
in
so
19
fast.
years.
Outside of that, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. And this, ladies, this is not a vacation. It's been going to the hospital, have a baby. The only time we've had alone.
Yeah, but that was only the first one.
I'm not even talking about spending the night. I just been,
yeah,
just
getting there,
hanging at the hospital all day together. It's like, man,
that's wild too because it ain't no vacation up in there.
Not really. Not really.
It ain't no vacation.
No, it's not a vacation.
It's like whoa.
But
I mean, we born in the spirit. We pray.
Kept on doing it to
yeah,
but
yeah.
So we are going to get into a little bit on why we left Virginia.
Okay.
That could be really just a whole episode.
Yeah, we won't get
because there's so much into
Let's
it.
just
but
give a broad overview.
Just a little overview for those of you who don't know us, why we left.
Yeah, it really isn't that actual deep. It's finance.
No.
Yeah, financially.
Absolutely. Yeah,
well,
we had our church.
I guess what we could say is that there were some things that led up to it. I mean, we've been a thriving church. I don't look at sorry, there's flies, guys. We're out on the porch. I don't know when you look back at how long we'd been a church. First of all, I reject a church that flops. I'm doing a segment right now that's going to be on abandoned churches.
Yeah.
And every church has a story.
Absolutely.
Every church has a story. But how many people's lives are affected? And it really, there's something that has really tugged on my heartstrings. So I want to be matter of fact when we talk about this.
Yes.
Because this part is serious. Listen, nobody loves to laugh and joke around more than me. It's part of my personality. But when it comes down to this part of it, it's super...
well, it's been heartbreak for us.
Sure.
To say the least.
Because we were a church, I'll just put it like this. I'll try to take 2 minutes and tell you like this, if I can. We were a church that stood strong and stood tall and stood bold.
Yeah.
And we did not bow down to tyranny, whether it be physical tyranny or spiritual tyranny. I'm not built that way. And so I didn't pastor that way.
As a man, so of course you didn't.
It was not going to happen that way. So there were many a times that we could have to maybe make it easier on us. And there was a saying that I think I had it on one of my jackets that I would preach in, was that the crux of the message was preach truth no matter what, whether it fills the church house or empties it out. And for me, it was more like COVID happened. And when COVID took place, that was a hard thing. It was. But we did not shut our doors. I did not make people wear masks.
Right.
I did not feel that was, number one, constitutionally my job. And number two, I wasn't about to preach faith while I told somebody to mask up. I just thought that was an oxymoron, and I was not about to do that. So then after COVID hit, we had to regrow the church, but then the vaccines rolled out.
Right.
And we went through a time where, and that's the thing too, is that people left the church to never come back, whether it was because of how we stood or how we did. I don't know. Not everybody told you why. But to each their own. Yeah, to each their own, Well,
COVID was a weird time.
For sure.
It just was a strange time all around.
So
churches,
strange.
they just were just really doing everything they could to
Absolutely
stifle them out.
Absolutely. And the thing about the vaccines is, and this is the crazy part about it, because when we went through all that, we are not vaccinated. We did not get vaccinated.
No.
I didn't feel like it was. I mean, from that moment, from the onset of it, like, I don't preach about something that I don't know about, and I do study. I'm a researcher at heart.
Yeah.
Nothing felt right about that. Not even one thing felt right about it. And that's just before I did the studying. It was like, there's something really wrong about this.
Yeah.
So the more that we studied on it, we also taught on it, what it could be, what the Spirit of God was telling me, but what it could be. And
all that truth is rolling out now.
Yeah, that's right. Everything that we taught on, everything that we preach on, and people say, I'm telling you, we stood our ground.
Yes.
We stood on truth.
Yeah.
We preached that truth, and we taught our congregation that truth.
Right.
And when they came and asked for our advice, we gave them biblical, godly advice.
Of course.
And then, as a spiritual father, it was my responsibility to take care of our congregation, and so I gave them the same advice that I would give as a father to my children, because we're under shepherds to the great shepherd, so our job is to protect our flock, and we did that. So there's nothing that I feel bad about any of that whatsoever. But one of the things that took place too during that time is we were getting asked. I mean, I'm telling you, if I signed 100 of them, I mean, that number might be way too small. We had people from churches all over Northern Virginia. People that didn't even go to our church were calling me, asking for the
religious exemption from the vaccine, because their jobs, their whole life was
depended on it.
Yeah,
and their own pastors would not sign it. And I always felt that was, it ticked me off, because as a spiritual father and leader, our job is to protect the congregation, protect the flock.
You have to answer for that.
So as a man of God, I felt like it was my duty to, of course I'll sign that. So I guess the reason I share that is because over and again and again and again, I did that. And, after the vaccines, after we got through all of that, I mean, it was pretty remarkable how accurate we were on what this was.
Very much so.
But it did hurt. So you hit COVID, and we got, we had to grow the church back. The vaccines rolled, then we had to grow the church back. And then YouTube cut us out. And what I mean cut us off, they erased our whole entire ministry.
Completely off the map, guys. Like, we never existed on there.
Yep. They went to the archives on Google. They cut Freedom Worship Center down to nothing. They wouldn't allow us. We couldn't get our messages back. A year before this happened, the Holy Spirit told me I needed to go to our production team and start backing up our messages, and we did. And here recently, just in the last week,
just starting getting some access to them. So.
We've gotten. They saved it to a hard drive. We are not computer savvy by any
we're
means.
Learning, guys.
But in this last week, we just recovered all that we saved. So we didn't get all of them, but we still have a couple hundred messages that we were able to back up before YouTube canceled us. The reason I bring that up, because it's really important for you guys to know, kind of get to know the people we are.
Yeah.
When you feel threatened, it makes you stand stronger and taller.
Right.
And we were threatened over and again by YouTube that they were going to, but they took us off. Not like one of the messages were flagged was our resurrection, our resurrection service. Okay, one of them was about the Black Robed Regiment, but they were messages that you wouldn't think would, go against their community guidelines. And
for all of the stuff you were standing from the platform and and standing strong and speaking truth about, it was a little bizarre that they picked those particular messages, but nonetheless they just completely erased us.
Yeah, for 10 years worth of work at that time when they did it.
Absolutely.
So we had to regrow from that point, and we weren't allowed to have Freedom Worship Center Virginia on anything. Like we weren't allowed to make a new YouTube channel. So our YouTube channel, we had to change it to That Preacher TV, which it is now. We had to regrow, and we could not get any access to any of our YouTube videos. We had services and revival services and everything just gone. We looked for about 6 weeks. I contacted at that time news channels, Fox News.
Yeah.
I didn't think CNN would give us a shot, so
Nah.
we didn't contact them. But
tried to appeal it. I mean, just
yeah, we tried to appeal
get
it.
some traction and
It was just like, my goodness gracious. And we looked for other churches that had happened to, not Christian content providers, but I'm talking about just Christian churches.
Yeah, because
and we could not. Right.
YouTube wiped off a lot of
Conservative voices
and Christian
Right.
throughout that time with COVID. I'm sure a lot of you remember that, but not one of them was a church.
That's correct.
There were, I think one or two, maybe, I think very few, if that, I don't know the number, so I guess I should speak on it, but pastors who, like, their personal channel might have gotten taken off, but their church, no.
Right.
And honestly, that's because they probably weren't
their
standing on the
personal
platform
right.
saying it. So that's
right.
why.
And for us, I mean, we were a church of the largest we were 75 members, and we were normally from 50 to 75 members. Right. But we were hitting on truth, and we were 45 minutes from DC. So
touching toes,
yeah. And there's some things that we found out later, which we might talk about on one of the episodes, that we found out later that could have led to some of that.
Yeah.
The thing about conspiracies is they're real, and people that talk about conspiracy theories as tinfoil hats. It's laughable to me because we've been right the whole time. We call it prophetic. We don't call it conspiracy. But there is a conspiracy. The oldest conspirator is Satan himself. So, anyways, but that's neither here nor there. So we had to 3 different times we had to regrow it and regrow it, and at the same time, the financial state of a building that was condemned, that we fixed up with our own money. They just kept raising the rent. Our landlord died 4 or 5 years into it.
Yeah.
And he so the original contract that we signed with him was no longer it had been replaced.
Yeah, we had a great deal with going with him as far as
our
lease and
awesome
what we
relationship.
paid a month, because when we first rented this place and got in there, guys, it might as condemnable. I mean, it was absolutely disgusting.
It was so hurt up.
I mean, it had water damage, and I think fire
electrical damage.
Electrical fire. I mean, it was like it had to be completely just
smelled terrible,
gutted inside. It was awful. So, I mean, yes, he was a reduction on the rent, but he was getting this, redeemed building.
Yeah, it's the first routine.
I mean, talk about
and if it wasn't for people like George and Nick, two of my brothers,
amazing.
Yeah, it was when I say a handful of us, it was just 3 of us going in there, and then a couple of their friends, their workers, and we got
just
together.
Their time,
we saw this diamond in the rough, and we came together. And we did such an awesome job at this.
Right.
They were able to raise the rent on something that we, raised up.
Yeah, by the end of it, they had a building they could, they wanted
get $5,500 a month, and that was
for
just way too much for us.
Yeah,
and so everything
that
around
was the
them,
goal.
And there was a,
the guys, it was just, spiritual
we weren't treated.
warfare.
Yeah,
it really
spiritual
was.
warfare.
It was from the onset of the new management, and that was
they took advantage
really,
of us.
The long and short of why it was a financial issue. So that's
right.
that. And if you have questions about it, if you know,
we'll get into it more, because there is a lot, but it was financial.
My question was going to be if there was something that people misunderstood, but I think we kind of covered that.
Yeah, I don't think there's no misunderstanding. It was It was financial. Finances is how we came to the decision. And this is the thing that people have to understand too, is that ministry does not come before your family. Your family, I'm talking to husbands and pastors.
Right.
I've been a pastor, I feel,
long
enough to be able to speak on this.
Yeah.
There's wisdom, there's experience. I've been married for 19 years. I've been in ministry since I was 12. On and up for 22 years of my life, on and off, I've been in ministry.
Right.
I'm 44. So I can speak on this because I've gone through this. But let me tell you something. Ministry doesn't ever come before your family. No job comes before your family.
That's right.
Your wife and your children are the priority in your life that God has blessed you with. So it's time for husbands to realize that.
Yeah.
Because if you say, well, I got to go to work, but you're never home, well, who's raising your kids? Your wife can't do it by herself.
She's not
called to. And she's not called to do it by herself. That's right, baby.
We each
so
have our roles. And
that's it. And I'm really
really important.
So the sacrifice that we made to plant a church,
Yes.
that same sacrifice had to be made to stand back and say, I've got to now make a decision that was going to be for safety and the betterment of
Right.
my 10 children and my beautiful wife. And it is starting all over. Now,
Right.
I say that I don't feel like we're starting from nothing,
No.
because this time around we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
We had no
clue.
idea what
Yeah.
we were doing in the beginning, and
Yeah.
we still are learning every day, but we know a
Yeah.
little bit. You
Yeah,
know, we've been around the
absolutely.
block a little bit. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
that's good.
that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm trying not to get preachy on here too, so forgive me.
That's all right. That's all right. But that, guys, obedience doesn't always make sense, does it?
No,
No.
it doesn't.
No.
It
Here
doesn't.
we are in South Carolina. I
Yeah.
mean, it just.
Yeah, we're here in Johnsonville, 45 minutes from the beach.
Yeah, about 45 minutes from the beach, which
Yeah.
sounds.
Nice.
Ask us-
I always feel myself reaching for
Yeah, come back.
Come-
Ask
yeah.
us how many times we've been there.
Yeah.
No, don't ask us. Don't
Yeah,
ask
don't
us.
ask. It's
every time.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
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 like 3.
yeah. A couple times.
Yeah.
Again, all this that we said lugging everything to the beach and
Because I always like to sit here and say, man, I am energetic. Them kids keep you young.
Yeah, we're in our 40s now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's days I feel 44, and there's some
Yeah.
days I'm like, and I feel 30. And
Yeah.
then,
It's
kids want to go play
30, right?
kickball, and after a game of kickball, I'm like,
I'm plumb tired.
yeah, bro, I'm worn out. This kickball game got me jacked up. So you give me
Yeah.
a Saturday to chill, man, and chill doesn't mean TV time, because I don't,
Guys, let me tell you, my brother came to visit. This was last year, almost a year ago. Came to visit.
We
We're out in
played
the
wiffle
field.
ball?
Yeah, we're all out in the field playing wiffle ball.
we pulled our groin muscle.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my brother and my husband, both of them couldn't even get out the bed hardly the next day because they both pulled their groin muscle playing ball with the kids.
Look, it's a true story.
Hilarious.
It's embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
a true story. So,
But
it
you know
is
what?
it
That is one of the things that, there's been so many, like you said, just kind of peaks and valleys through this move
Yeah.
here. But that has been one thing that I will say with our move here. Although there's times that we kind of look up and we're like, all right, God, like throw us a bone and like exactly, just give us like maybe the cliff notes of what like your plan might be. But
right.
the time that
We've
both
never-
of us, because I was doing hair also in Virginia, so I wasn't home full time in the house with the kids.
That's right.
But that we both have been able to be here and in the house more present. You
That's right.
especially not, pastoring and preaching, guys. That was, Wednesday and Sunday. But the pastoring, that's the 24/7 ministering. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it
Get your
doesn't
house
stop.
in order. It's nonstop, and you did a great job balancing that. But now being able to look back, I think, and have the time with them, you
I
can
would have
see
never had this time.
even more. Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing to just have that kind of
And it's-
hands-on time.
And it's hard, and that's one of the things too, is that you've got to look at something like God could be blessing you, and
Yeah.
because you're stuck in
Yeah.
the past, or you're not going to see the very thing that's in front of you.
That's
He's
right.
giving you an opportunity to actually
Right.
get on the ground and play with your kids that you
Absolutely.
didn't. Now I played with my kids and tried to balance it out, like
Of
Ash
course.
said, but never had the time that I've had these
Right.
past couple years. So I'll be forever grateful and thankful
But
for
again,
that
that
time.
goes into, everybody, you might call yourself a pastor. That doesn't mean that you're called to do it. But I mean,
That's right.
when you
A lot of
truly
people
are a
do, yeah.
pastor, and it is, and I'm going to speak this from
The wife's in.
the wife's standpoint, like you are answering that call, and you literally are answering that call. It's 24/7. It's it's around the clock job.
It is.
When you
It is.
are
And-
now, you
and-
have to establish boundaries, and that comes with growth. And
You better
like,
start them
serving.
early.
But that because if you
Establish
don't,
them
guys,
early.
that's we have 10 kids, and I'm gonna say that's where that cliche comes in, like, oh, the pastor's kids, they're so wild and crazy, because they knew that they came second.
And a lot of that's right, and that's exactly
so that
right.
rebellious spirit comes from, well, that he had time for everybody else and not us, and
It's like, why do they'll say, I mean, so many, the kids in the church,
Yeah.
behave better than the pastor's kids. That's because the pastor will be spending more time with the
right,
kids in the church. Remember that.
Yeah.
Because my pastor told me something that was so profound that you're not just the pastor of the adults. You're the
Right.
pastor of the children too.
That's right.
It's what I mean. You have youth pastors and a ministry. I mean, like there's pastor of finances and custodian pastors and pastors of the infants and pastors here. And I'm not making light of it. I just believe that it's overkill.
You're the hands and feet of Jesus. You just come together.
That's right. But as the head pastor, the lead pastor, you are pastoring over all of them. And so, but we did a really good job of balancing that.
Yes.
But these last 2 years, I've seen my kids grow in ways that we could never get that time back. So that has been an absolute blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, here we are.
Oh, let me say one more thing. Let me just go ahead and say one more thing. One of the things that's hard too for you guys that are listening and still with us. Again, this is just a meet and greet so that we can tell you a little bit about us. When you step out in faith and you plant a church, and we're not denominational, we are non-denominational, spirit-filled, means that we preach and teach and believe in the baptism of the Holy Ghost with the evidence, of speaking in tongues. But that is something that we believe, and we also believe that the body of Christ should be united in Christ. No matter denominations, we're called to break down those denominational walls. But when you go and you start a church, I was thinking back on this past week about how awesome God is and Him answering the call on our lives. We started a church. We had a when we first got this building, this church building, we had three of us. That's it. A handful of people. That was it.
Very few.
With a $1,900 mortgage payment with no congregation.
Right.
Ashleigh had her own salon, the same kind of monthly payment, and then we had a $2,000 a month. We were renting at that time for our home, so $6,000 a month we had to believe God for just for a house over the church, the salon, and our family.
Right.
And God came through in every facet, in every way. What it taught us is that faith is not, when you put faith into action, I'm talking about, it's the realest thing that we could ever even talk about. Which we'll get to why we call this faith on fire. Because we've had to believe God before we ever had a congregation, before we ever had any money coming in. Like, that's truly stepping out by faith because God called you. And we were there, for 12, 13 years in the town that we grew up in.
Right.
But we also had a salon with the same kind of note to a mortgage, for lack of a better lease. And then we had the same $2,000 to have a roof over our head as a family, a growing family. I guess my point is when you see God answer, all right, it doesn't mean that you don't have hard times in faith, in your faith walk. Yeah. But if He answered you then, okay, He'll answer you today. So for us, we understand that these peaks and valleys, these ebbs and flows, where we're at today is not where we're staying, but we are learning to enjoy the mountaintop just as much as, I know we're saying, well, who enjoys the valley moments? Nobody enjoys them, okay? But you still find growth, and peace that surpasses all understanding. And the one thing that has stayed true is our love and passion for one another. When everything else is falling apart, our love life just seems to be, you know what I mean?
Thank God.
That's the fun part.
Life's hard enough,
Yeah, it is. It's hard enough. That has been easy for us, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, anyways, so let's go.
All right. So, guys, we recognize that there are probably, I don't know,
10 million different podcasts.
10 million different podcasts, and everybody's, talking about marriage, and they just have so much wisdom to share. But we really just wanted to do this because we want to be unfiltered with you and share and be real, right?
We want to be unfiltered. We want to share faith on fire. Like, when we say this isn't, like, it's not, yes, I'm a pastor and she's a first lady, but here we're coming to you as husbands and wives, husbands and wife, parents, and Christians and parents, and we're not going to get churchy with this. And what I mean by that is, I think so many people just we call it Holy Ghost wallpaper. Stuffy, and they have, like, what do we call it, like Christianese, right? It's a whole entire, like, language, a churchianity. It's called Christianity. And if you could see behind the scenes in Peter's life, in Paul's life, Yeah, I mean 365 every day. I mean, there's so many things that they went through that we don't even get to know. Well, the cool part about what we're doing is that we're letting you in, and really it's a vulnerable place to be.
Absolutely.
But our marriage is strong. We're not hiding behind anything.
That's right. Everybody's got their highlight reel posted. That's not
we don't
what
want
this
to.
is, you know?
Gosh, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
The highlight reel.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, aren't y'all sick and exhausted of it?
Why do people put the highlight reel on? And I'm not saying that it's. What do you expect me to do? Show my low light reel? No, no, I'm not. But I think that it's time for the filters to be off. Look, we're going to talk about feminism. I think that's an attack on marriages. And
Absolutely.
It's,
I'm going to come at that.
And I mean, I can sit here and I want to tell the camera right now so that you guys hear this. She's a Proverbs 31 wife,
Thank you.
a woman in the truest biblical sense. Feminism steals marriage, and
it's that spirit
because it's an antichrist spirit.
Yes.
Okay. That being said, when we talk about the highlight reels, we see more and more people. I think that even infiltrated so much. It was so eye opening to me that we only got 20, maybe it's 15% of men watching this, because we need husbands to be able to hear about how it is to have a strong marriage, still be vulnerable, still be soft.
Yeah, your wife wants that.
Yeah, of course. But we want to do it in a way that's yes, unfiltered and real and raw and true and honest. And I think too, when you're not trying to impress anybody,
that's true.
It's easier to be. It's like, for me, the only one that I'm trying to impress every day is her. Obviously, my relationship with Christ, but he gave me the rarest gift that you can find, and she really is my red diamond. But we're taking that and we're saying, okay, what can we do that's different? Because we don't want to do something that is that everybody else. So we're going to keep every single episode is going to be different. It's going to be unique. It's going to be real. You'll get some scripture, and sometimes you may not. It's not. We are not hiding who we are by any stretch.
Right.
We wear our faith on our sleeve.
Amen.
It's who we are, but we also are fallible, and we make mistakes, and it's all right to talk about that.
Yes.
But there's maturity and wisdom as you get older. Like, are you going to have somebody talk to you about marriage that's been married for 6 minutes? No.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay,
if you haven't gone through anything, then you probably don't have a whole lot to share with.
That's right. And when and there's wisdom with, we've been married 19 years and going on, been together 20, almost 2 decades of our life.
Right.
And I love my wife and passionately love her just as much today. I would say, people say more today than ever, and it is true. I think people want that. They just don't maybe know how to get there, haven't experienced that. Keep wanting it. We're going to be praying with you and talking to you about it, and giving you guys a little bit about what makes our marriage successful, and that is the spiciness of it. Yes, we're going to talk about sex, right? Talk about sex, baby. We're going to talk, but this is not something that. It's like we get so red in the face talking about things that the church should be talking about, but they think it's taboo, so they stay away from it.
Right.
We pull our denominational pants up or our religious pants up, and we say, we can't talk about those things. That's not us. We're going to talk about all those things. We talked about it as a church. We're going to talk about it right now together on the back porch and have a little porch therapy. But we don't want to put any filters out there. We don't want to. And what I mean by that is,
that everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, people just, first of all, they lie about what's going on. They want, and I understand it, like they want to show you pictures of where they want to be.
Right.
So we wanted to talk to you where we're at now.
That's right.
So
having gone through some things and just being real.
I mean, and God's so good. Like we're from the back porch right now. We've been believing God. That a good place where Ashleigh and I can get away and go and record. A message.
Guys, I mean, like we said, we are pretty loud. I mean, there's
10 no
kids.
time.
I mean, those of you with a couple know it gets loud. Like 10 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so trying, short of us hiding in the car to do this, which
that's
ain't
not
fun
feasible.
either. It's kind of hard to find a quiet space, but Yeah.
But we
God
came
has
across,
provided.
we prayed. God was kind of, I was like, yeah, God answered a prayer through a repo. But, you know,
Well, somebody else, but that's.
yeah, it's somebody else. I know, it's still sad that they,
Yeah.
but, so we are taking, anyways, it's a cabin. It's
Yeah.
got a front porch on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be here Thursday. We got some, you know, it's an empty shell, but it will be
Yeah.
a place that we'll be able to call our little podcast home, and it'll be a home for ministry.
Absolutely.
It's something exciting. So we'll show you that on one of the episodes
it's gonna
too.
be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. So I think we pretty much covered why we are unfiltered and why that's needed, right?
We're at 54 minutes. Yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
We did good.
And I think we have covered what we're going to be going over. And again, guys, we do look forward to hearing from you. So if there are stuff that you want to talk about and get real about with us, or you have questions for us, whatever it is, we want
For
to
sure.
tackle that with you too, right? All the
Well,
good stuff.
and that's one of the things we should talk about is that we want this to be engaging. Part
Absolutely.
of what'll make this, actually, guys, part of what'll make this different is you guys interacting with us. I say Ash a lot. I mean, if men happen to start I'll be responding to them. you know, but Ash, she'll
love you.
I love you too. But that being said, any questions that women may have for me,
Yeah.
please,
You
we're
can
here.
comment, guys, or you can direct message us too if
But
it's something, you know, there are sometimes that you don't want out there in a comment for the whole
If it's
the world
personal,
of social
yeah,
media
for sure.
to see. Feel free to
For
you know
sure.
reach out for us. We do often are doing counseling
Yeah.
and stuff for people. That is a regular thing we've done
And we
the
continue
entire
to,
time
yeah.
that you've started pastoring
We do
the
marriage
church until
counseling,
now.
and we do.
We
yeah.
still do it. So that is something, like, if you do seriously need, something more
Help.
personal that you don't want, please reach out. Absolutely.
What's
we
it called?
are
DM
available.
us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but and so please do that. And also,
loves it.
I do. It's so weird. Slide up in your DMs. I don't even know. It just sounds kind of. Oh, it sounds risque though. It sounds
we're
weird.
aging. We kind of aging
Yeah.
ourselves.
Just message us. We'll be all right. Yeah, just say
reach
message.
Out, reach out.
Yeah, just say message us. But please go to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And
we'll share all this links.
Because everything that we've been doing is on Facebook, but that doesn't grow the channel. We
Right.
really need your help with that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we've never
Please.
done something like this. We've had a production team, and we've
Yeah.
had we know about these things, but we've never had
Yeah.
to do this
Yeah,
ourselves.
Some of it's a little foreign to us. So
Yeah, so
I
we're
think
learning.
doing all
So
right,
please just
yeah.
bear with us. But yeah, go to our unfiltered Faith on Fire,
Yes.
Ashleigh and Derrick unfiltered
Yeah.
Faith
we'll
on Fire
share all
YouTube.
of that in the comments, and all the links and everything will be attached.
Oh, we get
so
to
they
say
can
yeah, it's
find
in
us.
the bio. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to say that. It's cool, man. It's cool.
You crazy.
That's cool.
So, switch gears a little bit.
Okay. Well, we better
Okay.
hurry up. We have
All right,
57
speaking of
minutes.
gears, all right, who's the better driver?
I am for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, you're not a bad driver. I'm just saying.
Right. I don't drive you around.
No, I don't like that.
I know.
I feel like that's the man's job. I don't know. Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm
I don't
fine
know.
with that.
I mean,
I'm
but
not some like little
I don't-
passenger princess. I'm
No way. And I don't like from a young when I got my license. I just always felt weird.
man's job.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
just
just part
how
of that leading. You just,
I know, but
it's
then
like,
you get barked at for saying that. And that's to me, it's part
It
of
doesn't bother me.
protection
Yeah.
and just taking care of what
I
God
got a
gave me, my
car
family.
full of people to deal with, so it don't bother me.
But
just drive
if
me.
there's somebody, but I always had a problem with people driving me. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
weird about it. I don't
My
like
mom's
getting
that
in
way
there.
too. It's like two people she'll ride with.
Yeah,
She-
and Ashleigh is one that not just I mean, if we're going on a long trip or something, she'll drive
Yeah,
and
need a
I'll
break
get
or
rest
something, of
and take
course.
rest. But it's not but yeah, you get barked at for that nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, no, I always felt like there
silly.
was something. I don't know. Like, I look at it like a man is taking care of because he loves his wife, not because he's trying to control a situation. Sorry.
I know we're getting eaten up
Lord,
out
if
here.
I Beelzebub better get away from me.
We're getting eaten up out here. Okay, so which out of all of our 10 kiddos, which child do we think is more like you?
Probably
Judah or
Elisha. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, come
That's
on,
the boys.
boys.
The girls.
Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe. Grace is too.
Yeah. They're all a good mix. I mean, they really are.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I want to say all of them. And then I want to say, but I don't mean that because they're a good mix. And then
I was the incubator.
which ones? And then all of them it's a good even mix where all of them are like me and all of them are like you. I guess how they.
Yeah, because which one would you say is most like me?
Gracie. Yeah, Grace.
Looks.
Ariel.
That's looks.
Yeah, looks. Hannah. Hannah. 100%. Like we went to Georgia a couple weeks ago to do a job down there, and I had Hannah with me, and I'm just sitting there like, my goodness, girl. Like
training her up, guys.
Yeah, I called Ash and I said, Ash, I know, honey, I miss you, but you're sitting right next to me. It's like, my goodness gracious. It was yes, Hannah is exactly like you, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. She's beautiful. I love her.
Last one.
Yep.
Who is more likely to lose the keys?
To lose the keys? Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Keys, phone, wallet, whatever it is.
My goodness, yes.
Everything.
I would lose my head if it wasn't attached to me, man.
That's why I said Hannah with them.
Yeah. I lose everything.
Yeah.
It's no longer everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
It is.
I know the kids, and I used to tell people at
I'll have
church
my
that I
sunglasses
remember
on my
too.
head.
I'm like, don't hand him anything.
After church?
Yes,
Oh.
I would try and tell people, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Right on, talk to him. Fine. Don't hand him anything, because it might go missing.
It's wild.
Hilarious.
Too. It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I got to get better at that. I am not the finder of things.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. Will you forgive me?
Yes.
Well, if you made it this far,
welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to our big, beautiful family.
Yes.
We can't wait. I know that this episode is kind of just, really just a meet and greet.
Yeah, get to know us.
For those of you that don't, we felt it was necessary to have one of those and to be our first full length. But this Thursday, 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, we live on the East Coast. So, but we're going to do it every Thursday.
Yeah, that's our
if
goal.
something comes up,
that's our goal.
We will put a message out there and let you know. But we will have once a week, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. That means that our recording time will probably be on Wednesday evening.
Until we can go live.
Yeah, until we can go live, which we are working on. That's what we want to work up to doing.
In our new space will be
100%.
much easier. Yeah,
We'll
it's
be
hard to
able
go
to do
live
all
here.
of that.
Somebody might.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Might come running through.
Yeah,
never
it'll be
do
great.
know.
You never do. Yeah, you never do know with the kids.
Well.
Yeah. Well, what do we got to say now? Oh,
it's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been real. It's been unfiltered.
Yeah,
we don't want to be too polished, right?
No.
And here's the thing, too, guys, is if there's something that you would like for us to talk about at any point, whether it's a private message to tell us or finding us on our page, please do that.
Yeah,
we really did want this to be we wanted this channel and this adventure, this to be an adventure, this journey to be something different, not to be something that is always that looks like just another podcast.
Yeah, it's
but
too much of that.
We've been married for 19 years, long time. We're in love. All right. We don't love each other. We are in love with one another.
That's right.
I still date my wife, and she still dates her husband.
Yeah. This is our date.
Yeah. Our dates may look different than your dates, but
that's all right.
a walk in the woods, it can be a magical night together. So, but the reason I share that is we've been married. We've raising 10 children, had a full-fledged church, been pastors, business owners.
Yeah.
If we didn't think that we had anything to share, we wouldn't be doing this at all.
Yeah.
All right. So, but come along for this ride. Join us on this journey.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be real. Yeah. And we're going to really just, when we answer something, there'll be times where it's off the cuff. Yeah. It's going to be raw. It's going to be real. And it's going to be powerful. All right. All right. So, again, this is Ashleigh and Derrick.
Yes. Faith on Fire. Unfiltered.
It's going to be every week, once a week, every Thursday, 7 p.m., okay?
Yes.
Well, with that being said, we love you guys. God bless you. Remember, go out there and give them heaven.